Let's move on to another one here, shall we? This is another big one. Talking Best Director at the Oscars. And listen, many great names mentioned, but we all know it's coming down to two. Once again, it's a one battle after another versus Sinners thing. It's director Paul Thomas Anderson and the great Ryan Coogler, both of whom did masterful jobs with their respective movies. So Rob, once again, I'm going to go over to you. What do you think between Paul Thomas Anderson and Ryan Coogler for Best Director? Who do you think has the public sentiment?
Okay. I think Ryan Coogler has everyone's public sentiment. I really do. I think people love him.
All right, let's go take a look. Well, before you go to it, though, but before we get your predictions, let's go and actually look at who the public thinks it's going to win. And it's not even close. It's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
92% to 9%. So it's probably like 91.8 to whatever. But anyway, Paul Thomas Anderson by far and away the favorite in this. And, you know, this is just what's that?
Well, I just wanted to clarify. I meant in public sentiment, I mean, people love Ryan Coogler, like as a dude, as a guy.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I meant to be. And I think every time you see him appear and speak, and he's so funny and he's so personable, and he's worked so hard, and he's worked with his friends and started a company. So that's what I mean by that. But I was going to say, I think what Paul Thomas Anderson accomplished in this movie was extraordinary. And I think there's no contest that he should win, and he will win. Yeah,
I'm going to half disagree with you. Listen, this, like Michael B. Jordan, Timothée Chalamet, to me, this is pick one. Like, honestly, Paul Thomas Anderson, Ryan Coogler, either one of those names, the envelope gets open and they read either one of those names, I am perfectly happy with it. That being said, I think Ryan Coogler should win. And I'm going to go back to, you know, Rob, I always say it, and not everybody agrees with me, and that's fine, but I always say that the number one job, like the director has many very important jobs, but to me, his primary job, the primary job of the director is to get the best performance out of their actor possible. Now, of course, Paul Thomas Anderson, what he did was Sean Penn, Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, like everybody, amazing. But you were pointing out the particular challenges of having Michael B. Jordan playing two distinct characters, and one of those characters themselves having to play two distinct characters, the human one, the vampire one. And, you know, when you were talking about Michael B. Jordan's performance, one of the things I kind of threw in there, and I kind of tipped my hand a bit, was I think you got to give some of the credit of that to the director. And I think because of that, I think everything else between Paul Thomas Anderson and Ryan Coogler in One Battle and Sinners is so close, it's practically a coin toss. And for me, the thing that just pushes it over the edge just a little bit is that one defining feature, what he was able to do with Michael B. Jordan in that movie. So I'm going to say I think Ryan Coogler should win. Like if I had a vote, I'd go Ryan Coogler. But Paul Thomas Anderson will win. He will win.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt about that. He will win. And I have no qualms with that at all. Like I said, I would vote for Coogler, but it's so close to me that I have no problem with either one of them winning. And I think this one is going to go to Paul Thomas Anderson. Will walk away with Best Director at the Oscars. All right, guys. What do you think? Who's going to take Best Director at the Oscars? Paul Thomas Anderson, Ryan Coogler, or do you see a total outsider? Jump down to the comments and let me know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. You know, March is a time when we celebrate the women in our lives and recognize everything they carry every single day. Women often take on a lot, and sometimes their own well-being gets pushed to the side. And it's a great reminder of how much women give to the people in their lives. So this month is a great time to pause and reflect on the roles that you carry and the pressures that can come with them. Therapy can be a helpful space to work through those challenges, create balances, and set healthy boundaries so you can take care of yourself too. And that's where BetterHelp comes comes in, BetterHelp connects people with licensed therapists who follow a strict code of conduct. With over 30,000 therapists and more than 6 million people served worldwide, BetterHelp has an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for live sessions based on 1.7 million client reviews. They also match you with a therapist based on a short questionnaire, and if your first match isn't the right fit, you can switch to another from their recommendations. Your emotional well-being matters. Find support and feel lighter in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Campea. That's betterhelp.com/Campea. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.